Aliyah, 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 when you ask an unbeliever and there's a challenge, he runs to his ATM and goes to the bank. But when you come to a believer and there's a challenge, he doesn't go to the bank. He goes to his knees. Because when he kneels down, he can change things on earth. The first protocol of ascension is stamina. And when you have built stamina, a point comes when you enter the second protocol, which is the protocol of ascension. Prayers don't begin and end on earth. The altar is a place where spirit connect. It's a convergence point. When prayer begins and ends on earth, it means we have not built stamina in the spirit. When a man builds stamina, the next realm of prayer opens to him is the realm of ascension, where he prays out of his body, out of his room, into the heavens. Go and ask the men that control things in darkness. Some of them at night, they go and sleep in a coffin so that they can migrate to another dimension. It's only in Christendom we think it's a joke. When men began to pray or begins to pray, there is such a thing called ascendancy. If you don't ascend, your crisis will dominate you. Most of you here have flown in the plane. When the plane is on ground, you can see a huge mountain. Those who are on ground try to deal with mountain. That's a good realm of faith. Command the mountain to go. But there are certain men that don't bother about the mountain. Let me explain to you. When Moses wanted to cross the Red Sea, he had to part the Red Sea. When Elijah wanted to cross the Red Sea, he had to part the Red Sea. But when Jesus wanted to cross the Jordan, he didn't part it, he walked on it. There is a realm where you command mountains. That's the realm of stamina. But there is a realm where you leave the mountain behind. So when the plane takes off, after a while, you don't need to talk to the mountain. You know, when you are on ground, you will run into the mountain. But when you go high, you will not only fly above the mountain will become a mole. And the point will come when your current experience, even if you try to look at the mountain, you can't find it. The mountain will vanish. The buildings will vanish. The cars will vanish. So there are men who are commanding mountains. So if I wanted to come to Ghana and I was running, I would have more than 10,000 mountains to command. But when I flew, I didn't know if mountains existed. Even if I tried to check, I can't see anyone because I had gone above the clouds. That's the realm people go to, and they tell you they can't remember when last they had a problem, and you say it's a lie. Are we not all men? It's true, we are all men, but we function at different cadres in the spirit. I'm just showing you the wealth of prayer. I've not started talking about prayer. I'm just showing you the protocol of accessing what's in the heart of God. If you are clustered with challenges, you can't go far. They will pull you down. So what you need to do is to pray out of the realm. And even if your challenges were wanted to, they can't find you. You are lost in the cloud. So somebody comes, they say he has cancer. He will die in 2 weeks. And then he ascends. And then when he comes, he's drunk in his house. And then they say he will die. I read the story of John Austin, Joel Austin's father, the wife. She was diagnosed of cancer and they told her she would die in 10 days. Everybody prayed. They went to the best doctors. John Austin himself was a man of faith. Here was a mountain. And when she saw that commanding was not working, she gathered 40 scriptures and sat on it every day with tongues. 10 days became 10 months. 10 months became 10 years until she grew old. She left the realm where cancer operates. So they couldn't find the cancer. She left the cancer. It's the realm of ascension. That's why before Jesus talked about the assignment on the cross, he had to ascend. It was deliberate that Jesus went to ascend on the mountain. Because Jesus himself, if he was on ground, a point will come when he will want to run away. Hope you remember that even up to Gethsemane, Jesus said, if it were possible, take this cup from me. He wanted to run, but when nothing was happening, he knew the only technology to subscribe to was the technology of ascension. And when Jesus ascended, as he came from the garden, he told them, let's go, the hour is now. Fear vanished. When the people came, they said, who's sick here? They said, Jesus of Nazareth. He said, I am he. And they went back and fell. Who's sick here? Jesus of Nazareth. I said to you already, I am he. They went back and fell. They couldn't even arrest the man because he had gone to another realm. He had to tell them, I was with you in the temple day and night. You didn't arrest me. Why have you come in the night? He said, because it's your hour. Peter took a knife. That's how earthly men behave. And cut off the ear of one of the servants. Do you know how many soldiers came? How many knives will you need? He said, put your knife back. They that live by the sword shall die by the sword. There are men that live by the technology of ascension. They don't know death. So when the time came, he said, this commandment have I received of my Father. I have the power to lay down my life and to take it up again. They thought they killed him. After 3 days, he came out and strode out of the grave. Who do you They thought they killed him. They rolled a stone, covered the tomb. When 3 days came and the quota of divine justice was fulfilled, he strode out of the cave. And the soldiers that were guarding the cave with guns, they fell down and slept. They didn't even know what happened. An earthquake took place. They saw an angel descend from heaven, stood on the grave, and the stone rolled away on its own accord. They collapsed. Their whole military training failed them. Their hearts failed them. And here was the Lord of glory. He strode out of the grave. And the disciples were afraid, praying in the room. And they just walked through the wall and said, peace be unto you. No, he said, all hail the King. He had ascended. All hail the King. The man who came is a man functioning from ascended reality. When you ascend, your enemies will see you and run. They won't know what is pursuing them, because you will enter, the dread of God will be upon your life. Nations will bow to you. They won't know why. Not because you are fair or tall. Not because you are dark or short. Because you are functioning from an ascended reality. The people will come sometimes. You just say, God bless you. And then they are excited. And it's not just a man of God. Even in your office. They may be plotting coup. They want to take you from your seat. Just go and ascend. When you come back, like Solomon, you will live in the midst of your enemies. You will not need to fight battles. David had stamina. Solomon had ascension. So David fought 44 battles. Solomon didn't need to throw one arrow. All his enemies were at peace with him. Because there was a realm he functioned from. You don't fight such men. Even you will advise yourself that it's a waste of time to fight them. They are living from an ascended reality. You will come to your office and then you will see that they are fighting. What is the problem? One person spoke against you and 3 people rose to kill that person. You didn't say anything. You will be begging the people, no, don't touch you. Don't touch you. Because you will be coming with so much glory that men will count it a great honor to serve you. In our world today, there is so much manipulation and witchcraft trying to trap people. It's because many are not ascended. When you ascend, men will leave their occupation and follow you. You will be the one telling them, no, God needs somebody in government, so go and serve Jesus there. Go and serve Jesus in the economy. And while they are there, they will be delighted that they are God's ambassador there. It will not be manipulation trying to cajole people to do something. When there is a project, people will run to support it. Because as far as they are concerned, they are working from heaven's embassy. But few have ascended. Very few. So we depend on charisma. We depend on earthly things. You must pay the price of ascension. If we will take over this world, then we must carry something that cannot be found in the world. If we must rule this world, then we must step into something that is not of this world. How did Moses conquer Egypt? It was by ascension. The Bible said he came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And God told him, I revealed myself to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as the El Shaddai. But to you, I'm revealing myself as Yahweh.